Hello, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Juliana Mesa and my pronouns are she, hers, and I am an intercultural advisor at CGIS. Today, we're going to be talking about getting credit abroad and what the transfer process looks like when you go on a CGIS program. Joining me today is CGIS Senior Advisor, Callie Rouse. Callie, would you like to do your introduction?
Yeah, so as Juliana mentioned, I'm a senior advisor at CGIS. I use she, her pronouns, and I advise for our STEM, Scandinavian, and Central European portfolio.
Yeah, so we both will be talking today about getting credit abroad. This presentation is divided into two sections. We're actually going to be talking about LSA students and how their credits transfer over, and non-LSA students and how their credits transfer over. Yeah, let's get started with LSA students. First of all, we want to, oh, sorry. First of all, we want to demystify the process. Yes, next slide. Demystify the process and make sure it's all clear, is as clear as possible for everyone. CG's courses will transfer automatically for LSA students, so that makes things very simple. There are a few exceptions like food, wine, studio, art, fashion, and courses such as those. But yeah, for the most part, LSA students going in a CG's program or all LSA students going in a CG's program get in-residence credit on their study abroad. It means that you will be getting a letter grade for your courses and it will count towards your GPA. CG students we will be in charge as an office to work on getting your transcripts processed. So you do not have to send your transcripts to the Office of Undergraduate Admissions. We also recommend students to avoid looking at the transfer credit equivalency or the TCE for CG's coursework. That doesn't follow we don't follow the transfer credit equivalency. Your courses abroad can be taken pass-fail. However, if you take a course pass-fail, it cannot count towards your major minor requirements. We would follow the policy that LSA has for pass-fail courses. If you choose to withdraw a course, you may do so with the permission of a study abroad advisor. Late withdrawals, just like the way it works on campus, if you get a request a late withdrawal, it will be recorded as a W on your transcript, so something to be aware of. We do want students to know that they need to be full-time students when going on a CG's program. So you cannot go below a certain number of credits. And also another important thing is that some programs do have specific required courses that you could not drop. All of this information you can find on the mCompass brochures, or you could also find information if you go to talk to your CG's advisor. Next slide. So one frequent question that students ask is, will studying abroad extend my graduation date? In almost all cases, the answer to that is no. We offer a variety of programs both in the semester and spring summer. So there's a lot of options for you to go abroad and fulfill your requirements. Students who have less wiggle room during the fall or winter terms may opt to go abroad in the spring or half term or summer half term. This may work better for you. In our website, we have compiled a list of programs that are well suited for specific majors. You can find those under the major advising pages or maps if you want to learn more about these recommendations. I would like to note that these are not pre-approved programs by the specific departments. These are just recommended programs. One thing you need to have in mind is important that you meet with your department or academic advisor. And when you're meeting with them, you can discuss when will be the best time for you to go abroad, depending on the requirements that you have to fulfill on campus, and if there's any courses for your specific major or minor that you can do abroad, or if it's better for you to leave your distribution credits to complete those while you are abroad. Going abroad only extends your graduation time if you have an outstanding degree requirement or requirements that cannot be at least partially fulfilled abroad. So it's important to be aware that course approvals and equivalencies are given by your department advisor for major minor requirements and your general academic advisor for distribution requirements. Again, please talk to your department or academic advisor to see how studying abroad will fit in your schedule or your time, your 4 years at the University of Michigan. If you are a graduating senior and are planning on going abroad, it is important to be aware that it takes 3 to 15 weeks after the program end date for CGIS to process your grades. So you can only finalize your graduation after those grades have been posted. You cannot graduate and as an UM alum go on a CGIS program. So again, if you're doing your final semester abroad, it might extend that time for graduation. It's important to be aware of that. Next slide. If you're an LSA student, there are types of college requirements that you have to fulfill. There are certain courses that you cannot do while you are abroad and others that you can potentially do while you're abroad. You cannot get credit for abroad for first year writing requirement, the upper level writing requirement, quantitative reasoning, or the race and ethnicity requirement. You have to do those on campus. You can potentially get credits for your LSA area distribution or LSA additional distribution requirements. It is good to know that most locations do have or offer humanities and social sciences, so you can take those courses while you are abroad. Your credits abroad would count towards your 120 LSA credits for graduation, even if you don't use them for a specific requirement. So also important for you to be aware of that. And we want to also note that we offer language programs that can help you fulfill the language requirement. These are specifically in Romance languages such as Italian, French, and Spanish. So we offer Spanish 230 and 232, Italian 230, and French 230 and 232 abroad. These are specifically offered in the spring, summer, and are UM faculty-led programs. That means that a UM faculty member goes abroad with you and teaches the courses abroad. And another thing to be aware of is if you do take these programs abroad, you have to take them for a letter grade. That's the way the language requirement works for LSA students. Another question that we get is how do I get LSA college requirements approved? So students should obtain the syllabus of the course that they're interested in taking abroad. Then you would meet with your general academic advisor, whether it is your union advisor, honors, residential college, comprehensive studies, and they will be in charge of making the decision. CGIS cannot make that decision when it comes to course approvals and equivalencies. Next. If you want to get credit for your major minor requirements, the type of credits that you can get does vary depending on the different departments. Some major and minors are really restrictive, for example, biology and chemistry, while others are a little bit more flexible, like cognitive science, psychology, international studies is another one. Romance languages and literatures, this one has pre-approved programs for Spanish and French, so something that you may want to consider. Generally, if courses are available in your subject, students often receive credit for cognates, upper level electives, and any remaining credits in the major. For course petitions, the process also varies depending on the department, so you need to consult with your department advisor on that. We encourage you to also get the syllabus or syllabi of the courses that you'll be taking on the program so that you can bring it to your department advisor and they can assess what is that each specific course would be fulfilling for your requirements. Please check out our website or directly the mCompass brochure of the program you're interested in. Under the academics tab, you will find a lot of information that will tell you about the academics and the different course offerings on the programs. And the next logical question is, at what stage do I start to get course approvals? The answer is that this is an ongoing process. Oftentimes, there's each department will have different approvals, as I said in the previous slide. So, and also sometimes the different programs may not have a finalized, while they have the course offerings listed, they don't have a finalized list of the specific courses that will be offered each term. So you have to wait until those are available to make sure that you know what classes you're taking, or even once you get on site, you may need to make changes to your schedule or decide to make changes to your schedule. So because of that, it is important to be aware that the approval process can start during the pre-departure process, but go all the way while you're abroad and even after you return from your time abroad. So definitely research your programs of interest and have a conversation with your department or general academic advisor on how the program will fit your degree. If anything changes while you are abroad and you have to switch any preferred courses to a backup option, please actively communicate with your academic or department advisor. And after returning and your grades have been posted, again, 3 to 15 weeks after the program end date, then after that, after the grades are posted, you would need to meet with your department or academic advisor again to finalize the approval and equivalency process.
Sorry, I had to unmute myself. Awesome. Okay, so I am going to chat us a little bit about non-LSA students and non-LSA considerations. So first of all, we're going to start off with the College of Engineering. So a quick overview, all courses taken by College of Engineering students abroad come back as transfer credit. The courses receive a T grade. The COE actually has their own transfer database that they utilize for both domestic and international transfers that we have linked here. And you are recommended to meet with your general engineering advisor prior to studying abroad. And we've included their contact here to the International Programs and Engineering Office. They are willing to work with students, even if they aren't going through the engineering college or the engineering study abroad office, if they are, engineering students. So important constrictions that you would want to think about when going abroad with us is that students cannot do a CGIS program that is also offered through IPE. So this includes like Carlos III of Madrid, UNSW in Australia, University College Dublin, DIS in Stockholm, computer science in Prague, things like that. So if they are duplicates, you have to go to your home college for it. The only exception to this policy is for students who are studying in the fall term, which is only allowed through CGIS. IPE and engineering does not do the fall term at all or academic year. Most courses on CGIS programs will not count towards engineering coursework requirements. The only real major exception to this is that we have computer science in the LSA portfolio as well. So we do offer a decent amount of computer science program offerings. So otherwise, it's most common to receive distribution credits in humanities and social sciences when abroad, or potentially studying with a minor, like a language or something like that. So key considerations for CSE, CSLSA, and data science students. So like I mentioned, we have a CSLSA as well as the CSEng students. So any student who is CSLSA or data science should default to CGIS as their primary study abroad unit, with the COE CSE students defaulting to IPE as their primary abroad unit. For competitive programs, we do preference our students who are having LSA degrees, but the nice thing as well with that is that our CSLSA and data science students can also apply for the LSA Study Abroad Scholarship, but the COE Engine students cannot apply for the LSA Study Abroad Scholarship. Ross. So overview is first of all that students do receive in-residence credit. So this is different from how it operates for engineers. And grades factor into the GPA. Courses can be taken pass-fail if desired. And BBA students should not enroll in courses that would be evaluated as business credit. If you take this kind of course, it will show up in your transcript, but it's not going to count towards your degree. Ross Global Initiatives is the home office for Ross students, but we have tons of Ross students who study abroad through us each year. Students commonly are going to fulfill credits towards a language requirement. This can be taken pass-fail with the approval of a Ross advisor. Though note, this is only allowed for Ross students, and as well as distribution. Humanities, social sciences are most common, but sometimes MSA and NS classes can be taken abroad as well. A note on business courses is that if you're an LSA student and take a business course abroad, it will not transfer back as LSA credit. It's going to be non-LSA. So it's not necessarily detrimental to your progress, but if you are relying on the classes to take abroad to go towards your 120, you are going to want to consider this as a potential factor. Do consult with your general advisor if you're taking any non-LSA courses to see if they will impact your time to a degree. For other schools, so for the School of Information, Kinesiology, Public Health, and Public Policy, they also grant in-resident credits for students going abroad on a CGIS program. For other schools not listed above, check out the Global Michigan's International Landscape page, which provides contact information to those units that could have different policies in place. We recommend that when you are reaching out to your non-LSA unit, you think about a couple of different things. So things like how do CGIS LSA credits work with your degree? Do courses count as in residence or transfer? What courses and how many can be taken abroad? Can you fulfill specific school major, minor requirements abroad? And can you take courses abroad pass fail? It's really important to kind of get a baseline of information before you decide to commit to a program. Otherwise, that's really it. We have included our emails here if you have any additional questions to send our way, but we're also happy to answer any questions now.